everyone. Welcome to the ATYL live stream on a Wednesday night. Good to see you all as you tune in to join all the fun and inevitably the chaos that will happen here on the stream as we talk NASCAR, INDYCAR, Formula One, short track, everything in between. Of course, I'm your host, Taylor Kitchen, but you all know me. You also know my lovely team, John, Buddy, Ben. Ben, good to see you here. Laurel, and of course, debuting on the ATYL Media channel for our live streams. At least we got Ryan Murphy. Ryan, good to see you.
What's up? I'm glad to be here. It's been an exciting summer being able to work with you guys, and glad I get to kind of cap it off being here on the show with you.
I'm very excited by this because there's so much to talk about. Also, just as a heads up, and I will be talking about this at the end of the stream too. We have a really fun video coming out tomorrow about like motorsport movies and whatnot, and like Ryan and Laurel had a part in it, and it's killer. I love it. So we'll talk about that a little later. But let's just dive right into NASCAR at Watkins Glen. There was a lot that happened, and I guess, Buddy, I'm gonna throw it to you first. I guess we're gonna start off with like.
Was there a lot that happened?
That's scary.
Yeah. I feel this is maybe the wrong decision, but I only say this because this could get pretty heated. Obviously, the battle between SVG and Connor Zilic was a little intense during the Xfinity Series race this weekend. We're not even going to talk about trucks because, Corey Heim, like, no surprises there. ARCA, though, I will say, Tristan McKee, that was pretty cool to see him win in his ARCA debut, 15 years old, exciting.
Yeah. It's ARCA, though.
But it's ARCA, though, so Xfinity. Buddy, I'm curious your thoughts on this not really brewing rivalry at all, but just like the hard battle between the two. As a resident SVG fan here.
Yeah, I mean, and look, obviously Zilic had what happened to him. We're all wanting Zilic to get better. Mm-hmm. But that was one of the dumbest things. And one of the most you drove off the racetrack. Off of the racetrack, right? Like 4 car widths. And then came back on and cleaned SVG out, and then have the audacity to say, I thought he was going to give me room. You're off the racetrack. It's not your it's not SVG's responsibility. Don't go out there, bro. Like, come on now. I mean, it's just, look, and this is maybe, I'm going to say it. Connor Zilic has rubbed me the wrong way for a long time. I've watched him come up through a lot of feeder series, like through the Cars Tour. He hasn't really treated people who actually work for what they get with a lot of respect. And I wish that would change because he is a very talented race car driver, and he's a very great personality to have in NASCAR. And we need people like that to do well because he seems like a good kid. But you got to screw your head on straight and learn who you're effing with.
That's fair. I will say, just from our conversation with Connor Zilic on the channel last year before his Junior Motorsports announcement, nicest kid ever. And I say kid. Absolutely. But you know what I mean? Like, super nice. And obviously, we've seen drivers like Joey Logano. Personality off the track is very different than his personality on the racetrack. You see this with maybe even Carson Hocevar, something like that, So I get the aggression. I really do. And but I know that there's a point to it all of where to push and when to pull. And I think it was funny when he was coming to the line. He's like, was it my fault for the 9? And they're like, nah, bud, you're good. And he's like, let's celebrate. And then obviously in victory lane, it got a little serious. In case you missed it, I guess the viral videos, whatnot, of the whole situation, Connor Zilic had a really nasty fall in victory lane from his car. Luckily, he is okay. CT scans are okay. He unfortunately did break his collarbone, but as of Tuesday, he shared that he had surgery to put in a plate and some screws to hopefully further the healing process along. There no, I guess, word on when he's expected to return. He's working with doctors on that. But this is an off week for the Xfinity Series. So hopefully he can rest up. So sending good vibes to Connor Zilic. As we, of course, talk about, his insane season so far, the insane race that he had. John, I'm curious for you, just kind of throwing in a question about SVG here. So, like, obviously, going into the Cup Series side of things, Watkins Glen, I mean, wiped the floor with everyone once again towards the end of the race. Looking farther ahead, though, for SVG playoffs. At this point, he's won 4 races. We're getting into the time of the playoffs where we have 3 oval tracks. Do you see SVG in some way, shape, or form making it past the first round of the playoffs, or is there like a certain maybe point situation that you see him being in where he has a chance?
Yeah, I've made it pretty publicly clear that I think SVG can make it to the round of 8. I think it all comes down to, I think Bristol. I think Bristol's going to be his kryptonite because he's been to Darlington before. He's actually been obviously to Bristol before, but he hasn't been to Worldwide Tech yet. And I think he'll be okay at Worldwide Tech. Darlington, I think he'll finish well. I think there is a chance to where he will squeak by because he has enough playoff points coming into the round of 16 that he can get 14th, or I guess technically 11th or 12th. He'll be the last guy in probably, is what I'm guessing. And then once you get to the round of 12, that's when it starts to get fun because you have the Roval. And he didn't win at Watkins Glen last year. He won this year. I think he's trying to conquer every single road course we go to. And I don't believe he's won at the Roval yet, right? No. That's the last Infinity Stone he wants to collect. I think he's going to be looking at this race as this is my way to make it into the championship 8, to the round of 8. I think he could do it. I really think he could do it. So, and then there's a discussion of, okay, well, what happens at Talladega? Like, could we see Ross Chastain?
We're discounting his ability at Martinsville.
True.
He's not going to win.
No.
But if you roll into Martinsville with 28 playoff points, well, roll into the round of 8 with 28 playoff points.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something to think about. And John, you said he's been very clear that he really likes Darlington. That's been a fun track for him. And I think when you get into the playoffs, I think some of these drivers crumble under the pressure. These teams crumble under the pressure. And that's when an underdog story can succeed and thrive because the expectation is just for them to do their best, right? They're not expecting to go out for a championship this year. They just want to do their best. Ryan, what do you think about SVG? Do you see him going past the first round, or are you not as optimistic?
No, I mean, it's definitely possible because I don't think people see just how much SVG has improved on the oval racing side of things. Like, I know people like to point out where he sits in the points. So I think it's like 25th overall in the points, like not counting the wins and the playoff points and all those things. But when you look at where he was last year with part-time starts and running Xfinity, you kind of have to take into account just how much better he's gotten, especially because last year, like, running full-time in Xfinity was completely different. It's a completely different platform of car. So, and just like you mentioned, I think Martinsville is a really underrated track for him, at least currently.
Yeah.
And those playoff points, like, we've seen how far having so many wins can carry you forward throughout the playoffs. And I think Talladega, if he does make it to the round of 8, I think Talladega is going to be the biggest wild card because you've seen him kind of shake up through the field at those plate style of racetracks. So even if he gets to the round of 8, Talladega, who knows, you could see him in the Final Four. I mean, that's kind of a hot take, but
oh wow,
I don't think he'll get there.
Yeah.
But I think a round of 8 is definitely possible.
I mean, the other thing I think about too is just like you said, like Talladega is a wild card. You think about Trackhouse's power at those types of tracks too, and they're getting better and better. Now, what's crazy to me though is if you look at the results for Watkins Glen, is that like this is the first time since I think Texas that Daniel Suarez from Trackhouse got inside the top 10. This is the first time for Ross Chastain since. What was it? Was it Chicago that he finished inside the top 10? Something like that. But like we finally had a weekend where all of their cars finished inside the top 10, which is crazy to me. So hopefully a sign of good things to come. But I also know it's kind of an anomaly. It's a road course race. You kind of expect Trackhouse to do well. Yeah. Laurel, my question to you, going back to the kind of the Connor Zilisch conversation, at this point, it's kind of known that we feel like we're going to get an announcement at some point that Connor Zilisch will be going Cup Series racing next year, which means that he and SVG will be teammates. How do you feel about that? Are you excited to see them go head-to-head in Cup, considering what they've done in Xfinity? Do you expect them to race each other differently?
It can be fun, I think, when you have two, not enemies, but two people who have gone against each other previously become teammates. It's a very interesting dynamic. I obviously come from Formula One where teammates work very, very, very closely together. Like, that's what I'm used to. And it can be fun, but it can also go awful, terrible, miserable.
Yeah.
If you know F1 lore, you know Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon were enemies when they became teammates. Did not talk to each other for years. And you saw it on track. You saw it play out on track. They bickered, they fought, they would go back and forth. But then it can also work out. And, you know, it can it can play into your favor. It can make you more competitive and want to push your teammate a little bit more, but maybe you'll just hear a lot more screaming and you never know.
I mean, I think, you could start off with some ruffled feathers. I do think it'll be interesting, though, to see, if/when we do get to that point, because I think that they could push each other. But like you said, there's a chance that they could push each other in like the wrong
too far.
direction.
And then everyone's crashing all the time.
Exactly.
And that's not fun for anyone.
It's rough. Speaking of rough, I guess bad transition here, but TV ratings. Talking of, see, that was bad. I'm sorry, you guys. But the TV ratings for the Cup Series this weekend, under 2 million views, 1.85 million. And that's pretty low. Of course, you think about this race last year, it went head-to-head with, an NFL game, something like that. It brought in 1.81 million views. 2023
might
was
have
race
been the
10.
Hall of Fame game.
I was going to say,
might
the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, that's like, okay, I understand the ratings there. In 2023, this race got 2.3 million on USA. This year, though, there was nothing going head-to-head with it, really. So I guess, Ben, do you think it's road course fatigue at this point? Are we just kind of sick of it? Are we tired of racing at this point? Like, what's your thoughts?
I don't think it's road course fatigue. I think it's car fatigue, if we're going to be honest. I feel like that's been the big theme of the
100%.
past 3 weeks. I feel like this is also kind of just using fatigue again. This is also just middle of the season fatigue. Like I've been I can only speak for me personally and my personal experiences in life. I have not really cared about any racing for the past month, maybe. Like I'll have it on, but it is just a true background noise situation for me. I feel like I've just been burnt out and fatigued. It's interesting because as a newer baseball fan, like kind of going through that with baseball as well, as like there's 162 of these things that I'm apparently going to watch now. So it's MLB TV's really ruined my life. Truly, that's great. But I think it's just overall fatigue with the sport right now as well. I think there's not a lot. I don't want to say wrong, but there's a lot that could be better, and we all know it could be better. Mm-hmm. And so I think a lot of us are just kind of like going through it and just kind of like, yeah, we'll go do something else with our Sundays. The weather's nice. Summer's winding down. So,
I'm happy that we have 2 Saturday races coming up. Now, for those of us that cover short track stuff, it's going to make our lives a living hell. However, it gives us a free Sunday for the most part. I don't know, Ryan, what do you think about all this?
I think with the TV, this is something I thought about whenever I knew we were going to be talking about this. For me personally, I don't think I've watched a network TV race on time since probably the 500, the Daytona 500 this year.
Oh, wow.
Like, that was probably, for NASCAR anyway.
So are you DVRing them and watch them back? Or?
Most of the time, yeah. Or even I'll, if they upload somewhere else. But it's so strange that I think it's great, the broadcast deals that NASCAR has put together, especially this year. I think bringing in Amazon Prime was huge. Obviously, I think they were a real highlight. And most people already have Amazon Prime, so that was great. And they kind of had some steady numbers about what USA is getting, maybe a little bit more. But then you had that jump to True TV and to TNT, which I used HBO Max to watch those races. I don't know if anybody else did that, but I watched them on HBO Max because it's just easier. It's simpler. It's easier to stream. And once they switched to USA,
don't tell the boomers that.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly.
Yeah,
that's
really.
But it's so much easier for someone like me to just say, okay, I'm going to pull up HBO Max, and cheaper that way because of the cost of owning cable or buying something like that. So since NASCAR has gone to USA, which is this was Watkins Glen the second USA race? I want to say second race on USA.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched either race when they've aired because honestly, I don't have a current network TV package to watch.
Don't get one. It's a scam.
That's what I would only have for NASCAR. That's
You're talking to someone who pays for YouTube TV right now, and because I like live sports. It's the biggest reason why I hold the YouTube TV is for live sports.
Yeah.
And the streaming for live world is trash. Like Hulu's scrapping their live. They're going away completely starting next year. They're getting patched into Disney, so that's gone. I don't know what the hell Fubo is still, and I'm too afraid to ask now. I'm only 28.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who else. I'm not buying Spectrum because I'd rather cut my own legs off and walk 5 miles. Like,
It's not great.
Like,
Not gonna lie.
it's not great. It's not great. So I don't blame you for not watching.
Yeah, it's just not a great situation. And when I look at it too, because I know there's a lot of hype still generating around Xfinity, and like when you look at the Watkins Glen weekend, the Xfinity race was obviously fantastic by comparison to the racing product for the Cup race. I don't think that's necessarily a hot take, is that the Xfinity race was a lot better.
No, it's the
But when you look at the ratings they've had from being on the CW, that's another issue that I kind of also have, is that I don't live in an area where our CW affiliate carries Xfinity. And I'm wondering if you had the broadcast on the CW app to stream, how much more I mean, they're getting over 1.1 million-ish average viewers.
Is the broadcast
on the app? Got 1.8. So, I mean, just think about the averages. Think about how much closer Xfinity might have been this weekend comparatively, because it's on a Saturday and it wasn't up against anything else. And versus the Cup race, which everyone, like you said, I think a big part of the viewership decline is not just the broadcast rights situation, but is also the fatigue of the car and everyone knowing, well, we're going to a road course. It's going to be kind of a subpar product, not necessarily because of SVG dominance. I think SVG is great for the sport in terms of bringing numbers in. I don't think there's any question about that. But everyone just kind of knowing coming in that this race is not going to be very good. I think this car kind of set the standard in 23 when Byron was up by however far away he was and there was like no cautions. I remember watching that race and I was like, man, I don't know if I'll watch Watkins Glen next year. Thankfully, last year was great. But I think it's just a combination of the rights being with so many different broadcasters plus the fatigue of knowing that this car is just not going to perform that well on road courses.
Buddy, did you have a point?
I was just going to say that, so a job I used to have in a past life was door-to-door sales, and I sold internet TV, literally, for AT&T. It was like AT&T DirecTV. These people that are generally known as our fan base in that age range, they would rather pay $340 for DirecTV or whatever to watch their 6 channels than they would to pay $7 for Amazon Prime and $6 for this and $10 for that and spend maybe $50 in streaming to actually watch the NASCAR races. So it's like people.
This is an old person thing, though. Specifically,
exactly. Yes,
I talked about this.
But the problem is that that's so much of our fan base, and so
but they'll die.
Oh no!
Is that what NASCAR's waiting for? Is that what's happening
this
here?
Is the thing. This is the thing I talk about my coworker.
Good point. Never mind. I'm done.
This is the thing I talk about with my coworker, where we're both like, his mom lives in a place where she would rather pay for satellite television and spend $200+ instead of get on the alleged illegal streaming server that we have. Not revealing names for reasons, but because they just want to be fed stuff, and then that's it. They just want to. Oh, I'm flipping through channels. I see the race on, great. I'm flipping through channels. I see football on, great. That's it. They don't want to have to search. This is it's a greater issue that doesn't stem from racing alone. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's also the learning curve. It's also the learning curve of
100%.
Okay, how are we really are they going to basically surf and I guess try to find and see, okay, is it on this network this week, that, it's just the chase that they don't want to do. Financially, I don't get it, but.
And I say this as someone whose dad is in that older age range. My dad's about 65, 66, and he's been following it since the 80s. And I've only got him in the last year to realize how much, and this is maybe an opinionated thing. You could probably people have different opinions on this, but how streaming benefits and how much easier it is to watch with streaming options. It can be on network TV, but why do you not stream it somewhere also? I think NBC has done a great job of that with a lot of their sports being both on general NBC and Peacock at the same time. I think I don't see why there's an issue with that in doing something like that. Granted, I'm not in the business, so maybe there's figures and numbers and stuff like that. That's a question I have about the CW, is why they don't just. It's already free if you just go buy a cable or a satellite antenna and hook it up to your TV. It's basically free that way. So why not stream it to the CW Sports app and get even more viewership?
There's no magic bullet. There's no magic bullet for this. There's definitely more than one shooters if we're using this, if this is an example. Sorry, I went down a JFK conspiracy rabbit hole the other day, and that's all that's in my head right now.
All right, deal.
Anyway.
All right.
I did it.
But anyway, but no, I mean, there's so many things that are causing viewership to go down, whether it be the car, whether it be, I mean, there's going to be the people who don't like SVG. You see it. There's going to be the people that don't like the car. There's people that don't like road courses. There's people that don't like that they have to switch channels, so they're just not going to watch it all.
There's people that don't like Lee Diffie. They don't want to hear him either.
Exactly.
That blows my mind. That
Don't get me started
I
on
hate
that one.
that.
boggles my mind.
We love Lee Diffie.
I could rant about that all day.
It's crazy, but like Buddy said, there is no magic bullet. There is going to be a reason why viewership falls off left and right, whether it is the network, whether it is the commentary, whether it is the car, which we will get into a whole conversation about some comments about the car later in the show. But Laurel, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Boy.
Can we talk about, because we all, for the most part, like we all setup wise in our background. We take some pride in our setups. Can we talk about yours, please? Like, because this is like the coolest thing, and I feel like you have to brag about this.
Yeah. So you can't even see all of it, obviously, because like there's only a part of my room behind me. But peak COVID era, and then it took me a while to actually get into it. I spent hours on Pinterest creating a curated Pinterest board that is a rainbow of F1. So it is a complete red, orange, yellow, green, blue, all the way, and then I have a wall that's just black and white, like that. It's a whole thing.
I love that.
I love that.
And it's mainly F1, but I curated back in 2020, 2021. So there's lots of Daniel Ricciardo on there, Mick Schumacher, a lot of drivers that don't drive anymore. Sebastian Vettel, my icon, my king. I love him. And it does really need updated. But yeah, that is what's going on behind me.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss it when I back out.
I have one question. Do you have Roscoe and do you have Leo on the wall?
I do have Roscoe. I don't have Leo yet, but I really need to like add on to it because you can kind of see like my cats are kind of ruining some parts of it, but it's gorgeous and I do love it. Everyone thinks it's creepy that I have like there's 482 pictures on the wall.
Oh my gosh!
And now you're regularly scheduled cat programming here on ATYL.
Yeah.
It's like 960 eyeballs.
That's a lot of eyeballs.
Wow. Okay, so also at this point, I think John, Ben, and we need to get cats.
Yeah,
I guess at this point.
Dog, you want to pay that fee on my apartment rent? You're more than welcome to give me a cat. I'll sell a dog.
I need a dog. I want to get a dog.
I really want a dog too.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
John.
I'm afraid he's going to exit out. He's laying on my keyboard.
Oh no.
He's like, hi.
He just wants to work. He just wants to be part of the thing.
What's with all the tabbies? The orange tabbies in
Whoa,
ATYL Media.
All
right.
No, I grew up with an orange tabby. I grew up with an orange tabby named Zach. He lived for like 20 years. Named it after the We Love Zach and Cody, by the way.
Yes.
So-
Let's go. Oh my god.
My orange
There's
tabbies are
another one in
special.
there somewhere. I don't know where he's at though.
My orange tabbies are girls, which is like if you know orange tabbies, that's really rare. They're
rare.
identical twin girls. So like
Today I learned.
Today we learned.
and this one I found on the street.
Happy's sister was Calico. I don't really know how that works, but
What's still fun?
yeah, exactly. I don't know how he ended up orange.
He was just meant to be. He has
I
one
think
great
it's
cell.
I think it's just to mess my life up.
Oh my gosh. Well, I was gonna do like a really awful transition from like Laurel's background because they looks like trading cards, kind of not. But I'll just I'll go into this and then we'll talk about some IndyCar stuff after this. But as you all know, NASCAR.shop/ATYL. If you go to that site, you can get all of your NASCAR trading cards. I actually took part in my first break this weekend, which never done that before. I got my spots and I struck gold. For me, there was a 1 of 10 Terry Labonte Hendrick Motorsports 40th anniversary for the National Treasures Panini collection during that break. So it is now mine. I'm so excited to get it in the mail. But that's the magic you can experience when you take part in the breaks and take part of the awesomeness that's over on NASCAR.shop. If you use the promo code ATYL, you get 15% off your first card purchase. Dan has been such an awesome partner of ours over there at NASCAR.shop. So if you love trading cards, look no farther than NASCAR.shop. Again, NASCAR.shop. Scan the QR code, link in our description, etc. But again, thanks to them for partnering with us and even to supporting you guys with your collections and all those things. But moving on, folks, to IndyCar. Now, this weekend was kind of crazy in the sense that Penske got their first win of the season, which sounds crazy to say, with Will Power, who, by the way, his contract situation is shaky. So how awkward is that? Palou, no surprise, clinched the championship this weekend with 2 races remaining on the schedule. And also, TV ratings for IndyCar also seem to be remaining steady. Nothing has dipped below 500,000 views this year, which is for IndyCar pretty good in their first year with Fox. I think they expected more, but I'm fine with things being way better. According to, who was it that I saw with the ratings here? And I might need to go back. Block Book Motorsport on Twitter posted this. They had a whole article about it. But the not going below the 500,000 mark this season is a benchmark that has not been achieved by the sport in the past decade. And if they maintain it through the end of the season, that will be the stat that is hit, which is very, very impressive. Who all watched this IndyCar race this weekend? Okay. All right. We love it. So I guess first off, Laurel, reaction to Will Power getting it done. Like,
I honestly was shocked. Like, I was a little shocked. I will say at some point I did, like, it was background noise. I was like, I don't want to see Alex Palou win again. I was tired of it.
yeah. You're right.
I started paying back. I was like, oh, okay. No, we're actually getting something fun, a little different. Obviously, I'm heartbroken about Pato.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
It hurt. I'm heartbroken, but it is fun to see new winners. I was just recently complaining to some of my friends about how I'm bored of turning on IndyCar every weekend, and I'm like, okay, Alex Palou's gonna win. Or if I turn on Formula One, and I'm like, okay, Oscar Piastri's going to win this race. Like, why am I even watching?
Yeah.
So it's fun to have a little shakeup here and there. I'm a big fan. I would love to see it more often. Next season, hopefully, fingers crossed, at least maybe Pato will be the one winning every weekend.
I would love that. I mean, I'm a little biased, but
I would have the most fun of my life.
Like, I want nothing but good things for Pato. I think the big conversation to come out of this weekend, when you talk about the dominance of Alex Palou, you talk about just, I don't know, every weekend in IndyCar feels the same, which I don't think there's a problem with it because I think their product is generally okay. Yes, there needs to be some improvements. I think a new chassis for them in the next few years will definitely do that. But Ben, I don't know if you've heard the conversation about IndyCar maybe considering a playoff format. I think we're all in the agreement that should not freaking be a thing at all.
No,
not even close.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. But in the case that they do, let's say in the case they do, for IndyCar, do you have an idea of a format that you think would work best?
Oh God, no. Like, I'm so against it that I can't even think of like a proper format. I mean, in my mind, when you said that, I was in my mind, I immediately went to, okay, now Fox owns part of this now. So what's the goofiest thing I could think of? And my mind immediately went NCAA tournament. So we have head-to-head one-round knockouts for like 16 guys.
Oh gosh.
And I was like, this is not good. Like,
I mean, I'd rather them do like an in-season tournament to spice things up that ultimately means like nothing. Kind of like what NASCAR did this season. Like, just give $1 million to somebody, I don't know, as opposed to like an actual
somebody. Give it to the team.
You give it to the driver at least. My God. But then even too, like, you guys have heard all the things where it's like, oh, NASCAR's in-season tournament should be in a playoff spot. I'm like, okay, so I don't think we want that. No. Especially with how it came down to everything it did.
No, thanks.
I mean, John, do you think of like a format that IndyCar could consider if they do go that direction that you think would be plausible?
So
okay.
I cannot share my true thoughts because this would become very explicit. This would be a very rough podcast. It doesn't make any sense. Like, there's not enough races. Like, okay, you're going to have a regular season of, okay, let's say 13 races and you have a 4-race playoff. Okay. What if you do 11-6? Like, or what if you do, I guess, 14-3? I mean, I just don't know what you could do. Mm-hmm. Unless they want to just ruin Alex Palou's life, because that's what's going to happen if they do a playoff. Yeah. And I just don't see how it could work unless they
maybe do a chase. Like,
they could do a chase, which I think could
like
be
last 5 and then reset.
Yeah, which I think could be good. I mean, I think that could be an option. But if it is anything like what NASCAR's is, no. You're gonna.
I think OG. Oh, sorry. OG elimination.
Same thing.
OG elimination, no playoff points, nothing. I want to see a Devlin DiFrancesco championship or something. Like, just give them a taste of our mess. No, I'm kidding.
Jake Abel, you are the IndyCar champion.
Just imagine.
Like Connor, man, gosh, I hate you got eliminated in the third round when Christian Rasmussen's sitting you through the air.
Oh my God.
Launched you to the sun.
Yeah, just, I mean, into oblivion. But, I mean, it's going to happen. Yeah. I think the positive thing is IndyCar is probably going to get more races, which is good. Mm-hmm. But, get ready. Get ready to learn playoffs, boy.
I'm curious when.
That's my favorite meme.
You learn playoff points, buddy.
That's my concern. Yeah. We're gonna have to like show everyone the way with the playoff system and stuff like that. But like, I'm curious when the schedules for 2026 start to roll out for like NASCAR, IndyCar, F1. Like, obviously, we'll talk about it here on the live show, you guys. But like, how that'll shake out if there are playoffs, what tracks they will have in the playoffs. Obviously, I don't think it'd look anything really different than what it is now and where things are structured. But still very curious about that. MJ, shout out to you. I'll allow a playoff structure if it's just the supercar season structure for the plot. We love supercars here, just FYI. By the way, if you guys are watching and love supercars, hello.
Let us know. We're taking notes.
We are taking notes, considerable notes for next year. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Group trip to Bathurst? ?
I am going to Bathurst, so like tag along, everybody. Let's go.
Or just go Le Mans. Like, not even supercar. Let's go to the biggest race in the world.
Yeah. This is another point. I mean, Alex Palou is too good. The series needs to expand the season a bit, maybe 20 to 25 races. And that's the thing. If Alex Palou was just that good, like, well, go ahead.
No, I have a question for the panel.
Please.
I promise this will follow into the actual point. How old is everyone here?
A lot.
Buddy, I'm assuming you and I are probably close in age. Yeah. Taylor, I know your age. John, I don't know yours.
How old are you?
28.
Yeah, we're the same age. Right.
Yeah. The point I'm trying to make with this is some of you kids don't remember Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. This is eerily similar to 2003. Except
I was even born in 2003.
Wait! Oh my God.
Now I feel old.
I was born in 2000 and that still feels
Hell
crazy.
is the real kids and it's here right now.
I was born in 2004.
So in the BC era, and BC stands for before Chase, NASCAR had a season like this where the champion clinched the championship a couple races earlier, whatever. And anyway, go ahead, Ben.
No, I was just making the point of like, I feel like we're really ripping on Palou, but it's like it's not that long ago we were talking about Jimmy Johnson wiping the floor with everyone left, right, and center.
No,
yeah, agreed.
Is Happy okay? That's a
Happy is just I don't know, man.
I just want to make sure
he's on his own agenda.
I feel that. That's felt. My goodness, but yeah, we can all agree a IndyCar playoffs is not great, and we don't want that. Obviously, you think about the whole Fox deal, and a lot of us that come from the NASCAR side of things, we're not happy to see that Fox is now truly bought into IndyCar because we know what that leads to. We know what that looks like. But for a series like a series like IndyCar that's trying to find their footing again, it could be a good thing for them. So I don't know. There's so much to do with this, but I do think Fox will have a considerable say in a playoff format, and I fear the worst here. But yeah, there's that. As I should. Other IndyCar news here I wanted to talk about is Scott McLaughlin will race in the oh my gosh. Suzuka. I can never say this right. And
I learned to read with phonics.
What?
I learned to read with
Suzuka. My God, I can never say it right.
There you go. Yeah.
Jesus. Race next month, which is pretty exciting. I swear to God, I've been trying to say this all day long and my brain will not let me say it. So that's exciting news. Another race for him to cross off his bucket list there. So just wanted to add that in.
Well, to add to Ben's how old are we point, the Cup Series race at Suzuka in '96 was the first race I was born for. So
I was not alive for that. So
okay,
I wasn't either.
Wow.
I was alive for I was literally born the day Mark Martin won the Winston 500 at Talladega, though. So in '97, so that's cool.
The fastest race in NASCAR history.
That's my claim to fame.
I love that. Man, good times. Speaking of good times. Speaking of good times, everybody. You guys like diecast? I like diecast. Diecasts are fun. They're always a great time.
Diecasts are fun.
And with diecast, you guys got to get your diecast stands from Benzik Designs. 4-tier diecast stands, 3-tiered. Anything you can think of is on the Benzik Designs Etsy page. Literally, if you like to display your diecast or whatever, just use the promo code ATYL2025 when you go to order your stands to get 20% off. So very exciting stuff here. Again, thanks to Matt for all that he does to support us.
I love you, Matt.
Scan the QR code, click the link in our description. I will say practically all of my stands, and I need more now because now I have this shelf right here, are from Matt. So thanks to Matt. And
Matt's great.
Yeah, Matt's awesome. Shout out to Matt.
Matt likes all my running posts on Instagram, and I'm like, thank you for
being
so supportive for me.
He's so supportive, and I love this. So, anywho, but yeah, make sure you guys check out those stands and stuff. John, anything that we need to know about the world of Formula One during their long break?
Let me think. I mean, the whole Sergio Perez situation that's heating up. It's for Cadillac in 26. I mean, there's been pages that have posted, yeah, it's official, and I'm like, I haven't seen anything yet officially, but that's probably where they're going to go. I mean, there's some like weird Lance Stroll news and different Lando Norris news. There's a lot of weird lore going on right now. But no, it's pretty calm in the F1 world. So
Max is going to Mercedes, right?
No.
Oh, absolutely. 20
Williams.
50%.
Going to Williams.
Yeah.
He's going to be there with Carlos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alex Albon up to Red Bull.
Wow.
I got called Unk in the chat. I don't appreciate that, Blaze.
Whoa.
Have you not seen the bear?
Huh?
You see the bear on?
I need to see the bear. I have not seen it.
So good. Unk is like the best character in it too. He's great.
Right, man. Hey.
Is that where well, no, never mind. Kids these days. Anyhow, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But yeah. I was just reading the comments too at the same time. I'm bad at multitasking. You all know this though. But I guess, Laurel, anything else for Formula One that we should know? Did John kind of cover it all?
It's been calm. I mean,
which
normally things get insane and really weird and you're like, what the heck is happening? But it's been disturbingly quiet, and I think that scares me more for what's gonna happen. It's the calm before the storm right now.
Yeah. So Lewis Hamilton did announce, everybody thought he was retiring, which I thought was stupid. But on the 8th, he announced his, what is it, a non-alcoholic vodka? Is it something?
I mean, okay, heck yeah.
Let me do some. It was tequila.
Yeah, do some digging.
It's tequila. Okay.
Excuse me. I
can get behind that.
So yeah, it was it's Almave, I believe that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, people were saying, oh, he's retiring because he's being super cryptic on social media. I'm like, guys. He hates Ferrari. He doesn't hate it that much, though. Like, come on.
I mean, look, if you're rolling out non-alcoholic tequila, you're retiring from something, let me tell you. And I might be there with him here.
Man.
Don't get old, kids. It sucks.
Yeah.
Stay young. Don't grow up. Stay young. So I guess that's it from the world of Formula One right now. In terms of short track, obviously, literally tonight, we got the battle at Berlin 250, a pretty big short track race. Carson Hocevar and Eric Jones competing in that. Ryan, I don't know if you still have it up on your screen. How are things looking right now?
I do, actually. They're in pre-race currently. They're doing some driver interviews and whatnot. I saw Bubba Pollard up there a minute ago. Don't think he qualified very well, though, unfortunately. Neither did Hocevar, actually.
Really? Because he won this last year, didn't he?
Yes, I believe he did.
Yeah.
I don't know if that Hocevar even qualified top 10, but I think they were going more for race pace anyway. Majeski qualified P2, though, from what I understand.
That tracks.
Yeah, that tracks. I was going to say that tracks. Yeah, by the way, I know we've been saying a lot about Eric Jones and Carson Hocevar in the race, but yeah, Ty Majeski's in this race, too. Pretty important there. Should be a good bet. Should be a good one. Make sure you watch on racingamerica.tv, by the way. I know I'm a little biased there, but obviously that's where you watch the race if you're cool. But also you're cool if you watch it on Flow. I don't know. You're cool either way. But watch the race tonight if you can. Another big weekend of racing coming up on Racing America 2. And then, of course, next week is the Oxford 250, one of the biggest races in all of short track racing. Oh, yeah. No, huge names in the field that I know of this year. Obviously, Bubba Pollard, sometimes, you think he's going to race in it, then he doesn't. So, we'll see. As far as right now, I think he is. But should be a good one next weekend. In terms of the Cars Tour, though, Hickory. That was pretty good. I feel like we've talked about this recently too, but anything else about the Cars Tour that you want to mention coming up? I know Dale Jr. is supposed to race very soon.
Yeah, if any of you noticed the shirt,
yeah, I saw it.
He's running the baseball car or whatever that dude said there. Dude, I'm so excited for this. You want to talk awesome. We put out the post, where were you on July 7th, 2001? And I plan on asking a lot of fans that at the Anderson race. So look out for that in this week's On Tour. Because I think that would be fun to just share stories, because I think that's one of those moments in racing where everybody knows where they were at when that happened. Like, most of you weren't born apparently for it, but anyway, but aside from Dale Earnhardt Jr. running, which is all most people care about, but you should care about the championship battle that no one seems to want to win at the moment. Let's see. Landon Lewis has the fastest car every week and steps on as you know what. Connor Hall runs about 15th in a JRM car lately, which is odd. We're trying to figure that out. We're trying to get a T-Witch for Connor. And Minnie Tyrell is on the rise, and if he won the championship, I think I would cry. So, and tears of joy. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Cars Tour is fun, man. You can watch On Tour. That's ONTOUR. It's on ATYL Media. I think you guys know where to find it if you're watching this. So
yeah.
What a flex! You can spell, like, that's awesome,
dude.
I can't spell.
Yeah.
Well, it was like MJ with the video with all the books. I was like, wow, what a flex! She's literate, and I'm not. Like, that's awesome.
Exactly, dude. Like, I don't. Yeah, I mean,
I wish I could read, man.
I have to. I know at least how to say letters. I have to, because I work for ATYL. That's.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell ATYL stands for, but
branding,
Anyway, I'll be at Anderson this weekend. It'll be fun. Look out for all at the track coverage on my social media, ATYL. Bringing my mom to the track, so it's always fun.
Yes, Sarah. We love Sarah. Shout out to you, Sarah.
Yeah. Tell your mom I say hi, by the way. I haven't said hi to her in a while.
I definitely will. She'll be at Tri-County when we did the damn thing. So
hell yeah.
Let's go.
So yeah, October's going to be fun for the ATYL team with, Tri-County. We got the Roval, all this fun stuff. I will be at Darlington coming up here in 2-3 weeks at this point, which seems crazy, but yeah, 2 weeks, my God. So lots of fun stuff coming up there. Like I said, too, of course, in the short track world, Oxford 250 is next weekend, but of course tonight is the Battle at Berlin. So make sure you're watching and all that fun stuff. I guess a piece of news that just came up on my screen here is that Richmond apparently is very close to being sold out for Cup. Which is, I don't think I believe it, but it's from Adam Stern, posted that. Quite surprising, quite honestly. I mean, of course, Richmond moving from 2 dates to 1.
That makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So it makes a world of difference, 1, because you're not stretching your audience between 2 races. 2, I am curious, if you did a poll with people, the reason why people wanted to come to Richmond besides just 2 dates. Did they see the Austin Dillon chaos last year and were like, you know what? I hope that happens this year.
God, I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
Gosh.
I'm not going to be there, so here's one less obnoxious fan there. So I think that's probably a selling point for most people. Richmond used to have grandstands all the way around the racetrack. They do not anymore. So
yeah,
for all you people that weren't born then.
I really opened up this. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry on your last day. You're getting the,
but
you know what?
That's, but okay.
The youngins on the top of the screen.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, for Richmond to almost be sold out is something, because last year they only had 1 date last year too, right?
2, because the spring, but it rained and it was Easter.
Yeah, it was the one that Martin Truex didn't win, and then he took it out on Hamlin.
Yeah, because Hamlin won it, and it was the restart.
I forgot about that. Okay, all right.
And that'll haunt me till the day I die. Anyway.
Well, never mind. Never mind. That debunks my theory. Never mind. Somebody else. I have nothing.
I guess
the one race. The one race. Then it was empty. It's been empty at Richmond for a long time. Not empty, but not selling very well.
Right. I mean, and you can see what, because it's not even a one-to-one comparison because I think of Rockingham during Easter this year where it was just Xfinity and truck, and it sold out for Xfinity, near a sellout for truck on, again, Easter weekend. But that's also a part of the country that loves racing, and they're going to show up for it. It's very close to like town and whatnot. For Richmond, I mean, Richmond is basically in the middle of town, quite honestly. Like there's like, it's in the middle of everything, right?
You're driving through a neighborhood and then you're like,
and then it's like, oh, a racetrack.
Like,
It's the weirdest thing. But with last year, I think about it and I'm like, well, it was raining. It was Easter. Nobody wanted to brave the rain. But then we had like the wet weather tires and like everyone kind of wanted to see that. But it was odd. Didn't really work. I will say Richmond is a fantastic facility though. Like I will give it mad props for the facility. Everything's super clean, super nice. It just sucks that the product just isn't there. But with Richmond, I did want to mention the truck series real quick because this is their last race before their playoffs begin. I know, like, for those of you who do not watch NASCAR that are in this chat, you're like, how is that possible? Because the Cup Series playoffs don't start until after Daytona. And you're right. It's dumb. We don't start our playoffs at the same time, but you know what? We lived with it anyways. But for the truck series, there's some confusion here because we don't know right now, as of right now, what the point situation looks like because Stuart Friesen is out due to injury and he has yet to apply for a waiver. He could get a waiver to qualify himself in for his playoff spot, which means that a driver around the cutoff line could get booted because right now Jake Garcia is plus 11 to good without Stuart Friesen accounted for. But if Stuart Friesen gets that playoff waiver and he's good to go, even though he can't compete, Jake Garcia is out of the playoff picture, which is brutal. We won't know, I don't think, until Friday, according to Mike Ford on the NASCAR Hauler podcast. So it should be very interesting. But, you think about Richmond, you think about the Toyotas, how good they are at this track. Especially like with the Cup Series, think about maybe Denny Hamlin's going to win. For truck, I expect another Corey Heim win. Shocking, I know, but that's what I expect. But I think
it's a crime that Xfinity doesn't go here.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Now, NASCAR does have the opportunity to deny Stewart's waiver.
They do. Mm-hmm. They do have that opportunity. What article did I read today that kind of explained the situation here? Remember, I'm going to get the year wrong because this feels like years ago, but not when Kurt Busch, when he was injured at Pocono and he did not apply for a playoff waiver just out of fairness to competition. It allowed an extra playoff spot. So going into Daytona, we kind of knew the situation and all that stuff going forward. But Kurt Busch did, I don't want to say the responsible thing here because a payout for 10th in points in the truck series is a really big deal, right? And so I don't blame Stewart for applying for the waiver if he does. But I understand from Kurt's side of things, he's like, it's not going to benefit me. So we'll have to see. I'm interested.
Do they still if I understand this correct, can the 52 still be in for the owners championship?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Like Caden Honeycutt's going to win the championship when Corey Heim misses the Final Four because we have dumb playoffs. Oh, darn it. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Who said that?
Hold on. Let me get my 10-4 hat out with you as well for that one.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So it'll be interesting. But, Andreas Perez, Delara, by the way, is at Nice Motorsports now for the rest of the season. Caden Honeycutt, of course, with Friesen's team. Corey LaJoie, starting this weekend, will be in the Spire 77 for the rest of the season. So some changes in the truck series to keep in mind as we go to Richmond. Anyone want to talk about Corey LaJoie for a second? I saw some looks on faces, or do we just want to let it be?
It's whatever.
Wait, for who? Well, I'm sorry. I was reading Dom's thing in the
You
chat.
can read too? Dang.
Yeah, dude.
I can't read.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, y'all can't all be me.
Oh, yeah.
Some advantages to being old.
Talking about 2022. No, that's right. Yeah, Joey Logano did win the championship that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Buddy, if you want to confirm that or not.
I can't read.
Don't take my line. I can't read.
My goodness. I want to get to some of your guys' comments real quick. There was one that I did start, and then I asked a question on the ATYL Media social page this afternoon about if you were in charge of NASCAR for a day, what would you change? I'm posting another question tomorrow, like more lighthearted tomorrow. So make sure to check us out on the ATYL Media social platforms to answer those questions, and we'll talk about them during our next live stream. But rumors, there's a lot of rumors that are brewing right now regarding what Corey Heim is going to do. We know that we know that it's likely, I should say, nothing's confirmed, that he is not returning to Tricon next year. He's moving on up. The question is where with what team? Apparently, there are rumors out there that Spire is making a push for Corey Heim to get the 7 car, putting pressure on 2311 to give him a ride. Obviously, the situation's unclear with 2311 with the federal antitrust lawsuit. You think about all these scenarios. You think about maybe Legacy Motor Club as they're trying to go for a third charter that's actually right now in an active lawsuit with RWR. Lots of lawsuits, you guys. I'm kind of sick of it. I'm not going to lie.
It's like almost all the Toyota teams, too.
It really is.
Yeah.
And then for Motorsports just threw themselves in there because, like, why not? But I guess it would make the most sense for Corey Heim to go to 2311 Racing. I think that team would just fit his vibe the best. I will say, though, for Justin Haley, because I guess now we throw Justin Haley into this, his contract situation past this year is uncertain. Ben, for me, at least, I'm pretty disappointed with Justin Haley's run this year. I don't know if I expected a little more, but I also didn't know what to expect.
I'm disappointed with Spire. I think it's in our like little notes app for predictions for the season. I predicted they'd have at least 2 wins, and McDowell would be one of them. As a team, and like they haven't really done anything besides have Carson Ostovar commit acts of terrorism. Like it's been that, and that's it. Like I'm really like what are we doing over here? Like are we just kind of hanging out? You fired Rodney Childers, or he left under his own power. Like you're just kind of like in this weird no man's land right now. I don't know. It's strange, and I don't know necessarily how they can find their way out of this at all. So. Maybe if they pick up Corey Heim, that's the savior, but like...
Well, and I think that's what they're looking at. They're looking at somebody to, I think, elevate their program because I think they're in a spot of uncertainty, like you said. Obviously, like, you said McDowell would have 1 win, Inspire Motorsports would collect.
I really thought he would by now.
I thought he would as well.
He would have 1 win, Inspire as a total would have at least 2 by the end of the season. There's still time, but, you know.
Well, there's definitely still time, for sure. But, I mean, I even thought Carson Ostovar would win this season, but he's not making friends on the racetrack, and now he's in a spot with his own teammate. So after Watkins Glen, he and McDowell got together on track a few times, and it's like what are we doing? You know,
he's got Brad Keselowski pissed at him too, which no one knew about till race day.
Yeah, and I was like, what's happening? What gives? So it's crazy. But then here's the thing too, Ravaging Wolverine. How do you hire Rodney Childers and not make it work? Like, I mean, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. We don't know. But it is most of us don't know.
Look, Darrell Waltrip, 1989, when he went to Hendrick with the Tide Ride. Again, no one remembers because I'm the only one who's old. I wasn't born then. I'm not that old. But they had everybody. They had Darrell. It was Rick Hendrick. They had Waddell Wilson. It was supposed to be the dream team. And it just didn't work out. So, I mean, it's you can have all the pieces. You still got to put them together in the right way. And they just didn't go together. And I think that threw the whole 7 team off, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
As far as Michael McDowell goes, I don't know. He's a solid driver. I've never thought of him as a winning driver, especially a driver that's going to win with not top tier.
Well, I thought maybe a road course win is what he would pull off in the prediction. I was like, I could see him winning at least one of the road courses.
Okay, am I the only one who saw what we've seen on road courses this year happening?
Well, my crazy thing here is like and somebody mentioned like Corey Heim, and then I started thinking about Legacy Motor Club. It's crazy that I think Legacy Motor Club would win a race before a Spire Motorsports car would this season. I think that's the point that
that's believable.
Which is like I didn't think we'd get to this point considering last year how awful Legacy was, but they've elevated. I mean, never discount Eric Jones, by the way. We love Eric Jones here, but I mean, they're doing a lot better, and it goes to prove the restructuring that they've done over on that team has worked. The restructuring that Spire Motorsports is doing at this time is not working. I mean, you could argue that they put too many cooks in the kitchen, and they didn't have the pieces together. They couldn't form the recipe. They didn't have the right ingredients to make the right recipe, etc. I don't know. Awful segue and analogy. I know. I get it. That said, though, I don't know. I was hoping for better for the 7 car this year, but I had no clue what happens with Justin Haley after this year. Obviously, you look back Ryan?
No, I was just going to say, as someone who's been a fan of Justin Haley since his rookie year in trucks.
Oh, that hurts.
It's very disappointing. I really thought, like, when they said Justin Haley is getting Rodney Childers as a crew chief, I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
How could I mean, he's in a perfect situation. Spire's going up. Spire's going up. You bring in Rodney Childers, who's a proven championship-winning crew chief. I'm like, there's nothing wrong here. I'm like, Justin can only go up. And then dude leaves a couple of races into the season.
Yeah, they only said 9 words between the two the entire time they were together, probably.
And I'm like, I'm genuinely, I think that's something we're going to learn in like 10 years. When they talk about it down the line, they'll be like, so what happened that one season where you were with Justin Haley for like 10 races? And he'll be like, you know, it's going to be why are you biting my hand?
Welcome to part 2 of ATYL Cats.
Welcome to the club.
I think you decided I was talking too much with my hands. Anyway, but my point being is I was so excited. And I feel like a lot of people, the small Justin Haley fan club that there is, was probably like, this is going to be great.
John Hyman Nemechek's.
Spire's only going to go up, and then nothing.
I mean, he does have a win at Daytona, so he pull out something wild at Daytona again?
Never forget what they took from us as Landon Castle fans. Never forget, man.
Whoa.
Well, and the other thing I think about too is like, think about what Justin Haley might have given up to, like when he was at Rick Ware, and then the whole thought is like he was probably primed to replace Brad Keselowski at RFK, which RFK is doing phenomenally words now. And so it's like, if there was an alternate timeline, what could have been, obviously, like Brad's still racing. So like, but if they were planning on like a third charter and it could have been Justin Haley's and not Ryan Preece's, I'm just tinfoil hat here. Nothing's for factual, nothing's for certain. But you think about what could have been with all of this, which is crazy to me. So anywho, I think last thing we'll do tonight, I'm trying to find the tweet because it's kind of buried under all of our amazing content that we've done today. And maybe I just can't find it. Am I on the wrong page? You know what? I'm going to go to Instagram. I asked you all a question on socials saying, hey, like if you could change anything about NASCAR, if you were in charge for a day, what would you change? I'm going to put this on screen and we're going to go through it together. It's kind of our last hurrah for the evening.
Hey, Dom, you can leave the chat, bro. Like you're not even on tonight, and I'm already.
No, Dom's right. Dom's right. Dom knows ball. Dom knows ball.
Dom does not know ball.
We're gonna put this on the screen just for fact.
Alex Bowman's better than Chase Elliott. Like, come on. Like,
whoa. Mr. Consistency, the number 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's finished top 20 in every race this year or whatever.
It's funny, buddy. I actually have Alex Bowman winning this weekend. So
wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's definitely not doing that, but I think he wins before.
Well, he's better than Chase Elliott now, so anything's possible.
Well,
wow.
Chase Elliott. Yeah. I just said that to stir the pot, but no.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, team. We're gonna do this, and hopefully this looks right. Oh, we're not all on the screen, so we're gonna do this instead.
You can take me off the screen.
No, we're not gonna do that either. I don't want to take you off the screen.
I'm not important.
Hi, everyone. We're doing great. This is fine. Nope, none of that.
This is perfect.
Testing our options.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, there we
I'll
go.
be off in the corner by myself over here.
The platform that we use.
Most of ours leading at Berlin, in case anyone was curious.
Okay, then we're okay with that. I'm okay with that. You go back to back. We'll see.
Slide update.
We love the update. Thank you, Ryan, for the update. It's very important. Also, make sure you're watching RacingAmerica.tv, you guys. If you're watching the Battle at Berlin, very good race. But that said, now that I figured out the screen I want to use and how I want to do this, sorry about that, everyone. Let's talk through. If you were in charge of NASCAR for a day, what would you change? We have some of the ATYL Media crew and friends of ATYL up here. Sal says, we'll just roll the Gen 4s back out and get...
Hell yeah, brother.
You know?
I'll drink to that.
Snap.
I'm all,
Absolutely.
Yep, I'm all for it.
Let's go. New Gaten, shout out to Alex, said Xfinity car used for Cup in 2026.
Hell yeah, brother. I'll drink to that.
We love that. And then more comments. What's happening? Oh, here we go. John, you wrote a little bit.
Whoa.
Yes, I did. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Keep the car, increase the horsepower to 900 or 1,000. Get rid of the
Hell
stages.
yeah, brother.
You do this all in one day?
W.
I'm making big strides here. We're trying to make beautiful things happen. I mean, it has to be like this. I think what was interesting about this is the rounds, base it all off of points, keep the playoff structure, but have 4 races each round and make it literally the most points scored off of 4 different kind of tracks, because that tells me the drivers who move on are the best at every type of track. And for me, that's a merit thing. So, no more winning or any either. I think it's dumb. But
get rid of that crap. I almost swore and I couldn't have done that. Sorry. I hate winning your wins so much. I can't do it. But I love that. NASCAR Volt, increase horsepower, make Xfinity car, Cup car. I mean, we all kind of have the same sentiment here. Now, I went a different route, and I said because, listen, I know, like, no matter how hard I try, if I was in charge of NASCAR, we can never get rid of, like, playoffs and crap. So I went, like, the better route, which is just I want, like, emotional support dogs at the track at all times because what they did at Indy was incredible. So, Ben?
I didn't comment on this at all, but I have an answer.
Please.
To the question. The first thing I would do, I would reinstate Jeremy Mayfield.
Whoa! All right.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I would reinstate Jeremy Mayfield.
You know what? I would too.
I have a couple ideas.
Okay, buddy, what's your ideas? Shoot.
NASCAR needs to stop being penny wise and dollar foolish. Like, we have money. Like, don't let NASCAR tell you otherwise. We can get people like Taylor Swift to like do pre-race concerts. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's
Sabrina
no
Carpenter, my friend.
there is Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, like Chapel Roan. Like someone like,
I don't think she'd be into that, but
no, absolutely not. maybe
the
like
line kind of in the sand that we got to find.
well, when Cup goes to Portland, maybe. But like in general, like we just there's no reason we should have Tim Duggar at the track every week. No disrespect to Tim Duggar, but like come on
Chicago,
now.
The first year of Chicago, they had like the Chainsmokers and Charlie Crockett, and I was like, this is great. And then they never did it again. And I was like, this sucks.
Well, you look back at any race from the mid-2000s, we had an A-list celebrity at every race giving the command, singing the national anthem. What are we doing? Come on. Like,
we're failing. That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
MJ, I think I would use my powers wisely and add a second clash at Bowman Gray to the schedule. Oh, Elise, Olivia Rodrigo punk rock NASCAR concert win?
Oh,
dude, I'm telling you, yeah.
Tate McRae?
Awesome.
Okay. Okay.
I was a big advocate.
My
for
fiance
getting
might go.
I wouldn't run the jewels. I wouldn't run the jewels at the LA Coliseum. Like, I wanted to run the jewels to come and be like talking about police brutality and stuff over at a NASCAR. So I'm like, this is great. I love it. It's awesome.
I saw Wiz Khalifa at the damn Clash. That was the coolest thing ever.
That's epic.
That's awesome.
epic.
That's actually pretty cool.
I was fighting for my life trying to go to the Austin GP for F1 because I'm a huge Eminem fan. I know you probably know what probably ever guessed that about me, but
I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years.
Laurel Lore.
I love Eminem, like 10 toes down. He's my top artist, has been my top artist for like the past 5 or 6 years on Spotify.
I had a phase in 7th grade where I was into him, and that was it.
I never grew out of it.
Mine started in 7th.
I did.
So
It's still going strong.
No
You
judgment.
love Eminem.
I'm happy for you. I really am. I really am.
I would love that. I mean, but if we got some of these like bigger name singers the track, I mean, you could bring in some more people, right? So
it ain't how big you are; it's how big you seem. And we can, if we seem big, then we will become big.
Facts. Well, and with Taylor Swift just announcing her new album, for following that, could be an option for her to just, go to a NASCAR track and sing her songs. I don't know. I used to be a Taylor Swift fan and I kind of fell out of it. I don't like her new music, but like still an icon nonetheless. Anywho, more comments. Keep the playoff format, but change the championship round to about 4 or 5 races, kind of setting up a little bit what John said. More horsepower, just the car. Someone would like put themselves in the car and compete. Everything. We have more comments, but we're not going to have time to get to all of them. But if you want to see this and like leave your comments, go to the ATYL Media Instagram or Twitter pages, even Facebook, even YouTube. By the way, we have a community post up there talking all about this stuff. But everyone, my goodness, it's been such a fun show. Thank you all for tuning in. And we have so much more content on our platforms. Of course, Laurel's incredible Cars video talking about the culture of cars, what they got right, what they got wrong. You've got a new Splash and Dash every Monday now, every Monday morning at 8 a.m. You've got my recap on Watkins Glen. Shout out to all of you guys that are new watching the platform and commenting on that. Really appreciated that. And of course, last week's ATYL Live with Zach and Cam. Good to talk with them. Of course, too, we have some content coming up this week as well. We have our really exciting, I'm so excited about this. Which is the best era of motorsport movie? This comes out tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So turn on the notification bells and take the journey with us. Of course, shout out to Ryan, Laurel, Jessica, and Elise for their help with this one. It was a team effort. Really excited about the video. It's one you do not want to miss. And I want to hear your thoughts in the comments of that video again tomorrow at 1. We also have other content coming out this week. An interview with Sean Reed And Jordan Vandergriff, NHRA, Duke has an interview. We're going to have that come out on Friday. And then we have another mystery video coming out on Friday too. Laura might know a little something about. So we'll keep you in suspense there. But thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of ATYL Live. Special thanks to our partners, of course, On Brand, Benzik Designs, NASCAR.shop, The Bright Mentality, and Goat Locker Racing. Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do. Just love the sport. And of course, all of their links and special offers for you all are in the description below. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, go to abovetheoline.com to learn more about us in case you missed anything here on the show tonight. But for myself and the entire ATYL Media team, and of course, our lovely pets in the process, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you again next week with another live show. And yes, to close things off, spiders are our friends.
I love you, Dom.
Good to see you all tuning in. Again, thanks so much to the entire team and to you for supporting us. And until next time, we will see you. Bye.